I'm passionate about the Australian bush. There is no other. We are so lucky in this country to have the incredible diversity and the opportunity to see country that's still unspoiled.
Sue Forrester and Bill Molyneux are Australian native plant pioneers. For most of their lives, they've been on a mission to bring the beauty of the bush into gardens across the country. And they've drawn on a lifetime of experience to create a 2-hectare bush retreat in Dixon's Creek, northeast of Melbourne. Do you view this as a garden in the traditional sense?
I've never been a gardener, so it's a word I don't use. I call it a habitat, a broad-scale habitat for whatever chooses to fly in or fly out.
It very much is a sanctuary. It's its own entity. That's the heartbeat, the billabong. Every other aspect of it depends on its relationship with the water.
Tense, isn't it?
For several decades, Sue and Bill ran a highly influential nursery that developed a range of native plants well suited to an average backyard. By doing this, they introduced a generation of gardeners to the joys of growing Australian plants.
We produced birthday candles, Banksia birthday candles, which has become probably the highest selling native plant in Australia.
You went out into the bush and selected that plant.
We collected seed, germinated, and then looked at the habit, right? Because what we were looking for was a very compact shape, exposing the flowers over the top rather than hidden within the foliage.
And we're very respectful and careful about what we take. We do collect with licence, so that covers us legally. And the selection process from that starting point can take, in the case of Banksias, which are very slow, 4 to 5 years to flowering. And at that point, you know what you've got. Don't want to be impatient. While Banksia birthday candles is probably the best known, their garden is filled with lots of other great native plants that they've developed over the years. Isn't it amazing? People always think that bottle brushes are either pink or really red, and they're not. This one's a beauty.
Yeah, look, and it's wonderful the way in which it displays itself. If you look at the plant, the flowers are sitting up like candles.
Where did you find this one?
This was a really wonderful find. In 1992, we knew that there was a record of Callistemon pallidus in the old journals. There'd been one small collection and nothing since, and certainly not in horticulture. And we decided we would see if we could track it down and find it, and we followed the directions such as they were, fetched up just north of Bonang. We couldn't see any sign, and we just stopped walking and listened. And the honeyeaters, but 30 or 40 metres further in, up the creek, and it was erupting with honeyeaters. And it was just the most exciting find to think that just by listening, we'd found what we were looking for. So this is a particular Callistemon that is very fond in your sort of recollections. It's a lovely thing, Jane. It's one of a selection that we developed some years ago. We named it EDNA Scarlet Willow because of the lovely weepingness, and not many bottle brushes have quite this degree of gorgeous, free-flowing weeping foliage and flowers. So when you actually hold a flower out, it just has that beautiful drooping, dripping sort of effect. Gorgeous thing, yeah. Now, I know this one. This is Genoa Glory, and it's around everywhere, isn't it?
Yes, it's very, very popular.
But it also has a special species name.
Yes, it does. It's named after Sue for recognition for her work in horticulture and plant collecting.
And you must be very proud of that. I love it, and I love the colour, and because it's quite an unusual. It's not purple, it's not red, it's not pink. It's everything in between, and you get this wonderful difference of shade. It's like shot silk. Absolutely lovely.
And if you look at the Callistemon, what they do every year is once the flowering is finished, they set seed capsules. Now, if you allow that to continue in the new growth, you can get a plant which is just full of a lot of seed capsules.
Yes.
See, that was pruned last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you've got this lovely cluster of
that's
flowers
right,
at the end.
cluster.
Yes.
So then we would prune this off, sacrifice a few buds,
Go on, Sue,
straight
get at it.
behind.
Go on.
straight
So
behind
just
that.
go behind that.
Yeah, snip it off.
Okay.
And would you go right behind here?
Yes.
Yeah, just
Yes,
behind.
yes.
So
Really?
you'll end up with more of a cluster like that.
Beautiful. It's been a lifelong journey, but both Bill and Sue show no signs of slowing down.
Nothing that makes us happier than to be in the Land Rover heading out on a trip to just see what we can find. There's something very special about it because we still have in Australia the opportunity of finding new material, new plants.